I'm Paul with CarReality.com, and I'm going to show you how to do a 10-minute radiator replacement. Remove the securing bolts right here. Just dropped one. It goes safe and sound over there. Right here. Alright. Now the radiator is loose. I want you to take off the main hose. Put a pan right underneath the center of the radiator on the ground. Remove the clamp, and then the hose should pop right off, kind of like that. I want you to take the other rubber hose off. Little screwdriver in there. And that hose should pull right off, like that. You can hear the fluid coming down. Now what I want you to do is feed the hose through to the front of the engine, because this hose is actually going to come out with the radiator. Here she comes. Just like that. Fantastic. Now, take the radiator cap off. We're going to disconnect this side. This little clamp comes right off. Alright, there's some electrical connectors right here. These can sometimes be finicky. You've got to push the little button down and give them a real good tug like that. And probably the hardest one to do is right down here at the very bottom. There it goes. Got it. Look at that. Okay. Last thing we need to do is your radiator transmission lines, coolant hoses. There you go. That's one. Let's do this side now. Try not to hurt your fingers. There you go. There goes the second one. Now, basically, if our calculations are correct, the whole radiator should pretty much lift out of the engine compartment. This hose is a little bit caught, but don't worry about that. We'll get that a little bit. Oops. Here we go. He's coming. Now, as you can see, of course there's fluid going everywhere. That's pretty normal. You get to clean up the garage floor at the end. Perfect. Here she comes. We need to take everything off of this radiator and put it on here. So, a couple of bolts I want you to undo first. Obviously, having this power tool helps a lot. Might as well undo all the bolts. Alright, those are ready to come over now. So the whole fan assembly just pops right off and it sits right back down there. There's the fan assembly on this side. Beautiful, look at that. Alright, all we have to do is locate these bolts back in place, and those are good to go. Hope you guys are keeping time on this. If you think I'm going too slow, just let me know. Alright, a couple more bolts. Oops, just like that one, just like that. And this actually came with an extra little bracket that fits right on there. Sometimes they'll do stuff like that. Just put that guy in position. There he is. This guy goes back right there. Perfect. Okay, tighten these up. That one needs to be put on straight. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to move on to the hoses. Alright. Transmission hose. Right here. Keep the connector on the hose, if possible. There you go. Pull that plug off. That guy goes right back there. Grab a pair of pliers. Put the clamp back on. Here's the next hose. Fantastic. Oops, oil everywhere, of course. That's alright. I got plenty of spare rags lying around. Perfect. Now, this guy goes right back here. Looks like I have to And one final bolt. It's been in my hand not the whole time. Alright, we are ready to put the radiator back in. Of course. Oh, look at that, I forgot one hose. That was kind of silly of me. Here's the clamp, comes right off. Give the hose a good tug. Sometimes you have to twist it, these hoses do get stuck. Guy goes back there. Alright, put the clamp back on. Beautiful. Alright, here we go. We're going to put the radiator back in. Watch these hoses. Alright. Make sure it locates back in place on the rubber bungs. Fantastic. Alright. Transmission hoses go back on. Getting the right way around. That one goes there. That one goes right there. This is the main coolant hose going back into the engine. Remember, we had to thread it all the way through. By the way, if any of these rubber hoses are cracked or damaged, you will need to replace them. Luckily, I'm in good shape here. Feed this hose right back through. This one happens to go to the back of the engine. Not a major issue. And this hose comes right up front here. That goes there. And our electrical connectors, remember those, huh? Plug those back in. One goes there. This one goes here. And, of course, this guy's being a little bit stubborn for some reason. Oh, there he goes. Fantastic. And, of course, there's one down here. Don't forget that one. There you go. Remember this little hose? That guy plugs in right there. And our mounts. This one goes right here. That one goes there. This guy goes right here. There's a couple of bolts in there. And we are almost done. Okay. This connector holds that hose right there. Oops. The guy goes like that. The guy comes back down. There we go. There we go. All that's left to do now is finish putting the hose clamps back on. That guy goes there. This guy comes up here. Let's do this big one up front. Just move it back into its original spot. Just like that. This big hose clamp back here. Yes, it is quite possible that you might cut your fingers doing this. That hose clamp's back on. We are ready to fill. Here we go. Once the radiator is full to the top, we are going to make sure the reservoir itself is also up to the full mark. Now, the instructions on this antifreeze is to do 50-50. So I basically put about a half a gallon of antifreeze in there. Now I'm going to put, give or take, half a gallon of water. I need to get my cloth, put the new radiator cap on, and get your engine started.